What's happening? It's Dr. Allen here at Evolve Chiropractic in Woodstock. I want to go through a 5-part protocol that's going to help reduce inflammation in your body and help accelerate your healing process. This was derived by Dr. Alex Vasquez, who literally wrote the book on inflammation. So if you're ever interested on nerding out on any kind of that kind of stuff, I'd feel free to look him up. He was a naturopath, osteopath, and chiropractor. So pretty smart dude. Anyways, basically what's been done is we've narrowed down the 5 things that you can do to supplement and provide your body with a upgraded healing process. All right, so first one we're gonna look at is an anti-inflammatory diet, everybody's favorite. And what does that mean exactly? Inflammatory diet. All right, so anti-inflammatory diet is basically removing inflammatory grains, sugars, and processed oils out of the diet. So focusing on things like fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, berries, lean sources of protein. So remove all the stuff that can actually chemically generate inflammatory products in your body and slow down your healing process. What would be the next one for us? Vitamin D3. Now, vitamin D3 is important for a few different things. It's actually considered to be a hormone that communicates to different organ systems in the body, but it can be seen in chronic pain patients that these levels are low, if you get sick often. So maintaining a stable level of vitamin D3 is super important. The most effective way to do that is to get outside and have about 80% of your body exposed to sunlight for 15 to 20 minutes every single day. Your body does synthesize this when exposed to the proper amount of sunlight. However, when it's freezing cold outside, a lot of people aren't doing that. So oral supplementation is going to be pretty important. So for most adults, you want to aim for a 5,000 to 20,000 IUs per day. Now this is pretty easy to find over the counter. I like to use a dropper form because it's easy to kind of put under my tongue. It is fat soluble, so you're going to have to eat something with it when you take this for it to be best absorbed. All right, moving on. Next would be omega-3 fatty acids. 3 fatty acids. Now there was a study done on this not too long ago that looked at patients with chronic low back pain and disc degeneration and how they had lower levels of omega-3 fatty acids. And when supplementing with these omega-3 fatty acids, they had a better outcome as far as pain and disability and even regeneration of the disc patterns. So ideally, with this, you'd be in a relatively high dose, anywhere from 1 to 5 grams of omega-3 fatty acids. Now that can be a lot. And if you have issues with digesting fats, if you had your gallbladder removed or anything like that, you may have to utilize some type of digestive enzymes to help you break down the fat. So not everybody can just jump right to a 5-gram dosage of omega-3 fatty acids, but I would suggest starting slow and working your way up. Supplementation, there are a few different companies out there. One of my favorites, Nordic Naturals or Designs for Health. These are really good, pretty easily attainable products that use third-party testing and make sure that they're high quality and you actually are able to absorb these up. Getting the cheaper brands that are kind of at your Walgreens or whatever, like your Nature's Made, the thing you want to watch out for is that they're testing for bacteria, they're testing for heavy metals, and that they're stored properly. So if you pick up the bottle and you kind of shake it and it doesn't move because all the pills are stuck together, it probably means that they were not stored properly and they're gonna oxidize. So that means you'll be burping up like a fishy kind of taste. So a high quality omega-3 fatty acid, you would not be burping up any kind of fish taste if you are breaking it down properly. So make sure you start with a lower dose, you can work your way up. Now we have next one would be, I'm gonna switch to my green here, multivitamin, multi-mineral. Mineral, pardon my handwriting, this is awesome. Here we go, bam. So multivitamin, multi-mineral, Now you want to get a high quality, I like food, ones that are kind of made from food. So look for food sources of multivitamin, multiminerals. The Centrums or the one-a-days, those are usually not going to be best absorbed. There's actually been some research studies that show taking x-rays of people after they eat these pills and they're still sitting down in their lower intestines ready to be flushed down the toilet. So versus flushing your money down the toilet, try to get a higher quality food-based vitamin, mineral. Just make sure you cover all your bases. Basically, our food sources have been depleted of the minerals that we need for decades at this point, so making sure that you kind of keep those levels optimal will require some type of mineral supplementation. Next one we want to look at is probiotics, everybody's favorite. All right, so usually when I mention probiotics, most people think of yogurt. Now, most yogurts that are out there that are kind of on the package in the stores, you're gonna see lots of sugar in them, which kind of defeats the purpose of taking a probiotic to restore the beneficial bacteria in your gut, which helps with many different things from brain chemical imbalances to inflammation in the body, autoimmune conditions. All these conditions have a relationship to dysfunctional bacteria levels in your gut. So making sure that you have a wide spectrum probiotic is going to be very important. What I recommend is taking anywhere from 10 to 25 billion strains per day. So 10 to 25 billion strains. Now, if you're doing that in a capsule form, totally fine. Some people might get some gastrointestinal upset, bloating, things like that. If that is the case, just start very low on the spectrum as far as dosage is concerned. You may even go lower than that 10 billion strains. Another good idea is to eat fermented foods. So your sauerkraut, kimchi, these fermented vegetables can be eaten, where you can basically just take a very small amount at a time, put them with your food. For me, I've found that it actually enhances the flavor of some foods. That's why it's pretty popular in Korean diet. They eat a lot of kimchi. Different European areas will use your fermented sauerkrauts and things like that. Another one would be kombucha, which is a fermented tea, where you can just drink, again, just a little bit of that when you first start taking these to start to build the bacteria in your gut to help balance out the levels of your good and your bad bacteria to make sure that your health and your body is functioning the way that it's supposed to. So these 5 things are pretty easy ways to help supplement basically your diet and help to augment your healing process and move you forward in a positive manner. So if you have any questions on any of this stuff, feel free to reach me here at the office. I'm glad to help you out. Be safe, have fun, get at it. I'll see you soon.